Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning, January 2nd. I brought out my Peace Oracle cards because Peace Oracle and my Starseed. Because I figured for the second day of January, let's get out a peace message to set a peaceful intention for the year. Sound like a good plan? I can't shuffle these today. The sun is trying so hard to come out. So hard. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I don't know why these are so stubborn today. It's like I want all of them to be red. Read all the cards, Danielle, because we need all the peace this year. Alright. Give us one message to carry with us this year in the wonderful 2023. It's in there really good. Really, really good. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. I hope you were safe. It was fun. And you know, I'm not this whole New Year, new me. I want to become more of me. More of who I really am. It's funny. Reflection. I just said I want to be more of who I am, like more my true self. Too often we hide ourselves down. We don't act the way that we normally would act. You know, be your whole real self, always. Your whole real self. You want to say no? Say no. You have to create boundaries. You have to create these things. It's super important. I'm trying to get some light here. Alright. I know you can't really see me, but that's okay because this light is way more important. Way more important. By 3 methods, we may learn wisdom. Let's see. By 3 methods, we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. By Confucius. Communion with yourself is a wise investment. There is no meaning or value in anything except that which you give it. Great wisdom can be drawn from simple observation when you care to unravel it. Go deeper, make the connections, work through the layers of understanding, be at peace. The divinatory meaning: brew a pot of tea and think things through. Idle daydreaming brings revelation. Seek fresh interpretation and draw your own meaning from a situation. A considered, thoughtful approach is required. And for this whole year, I believe that this is very good. You need to be able to communicate with yourself. You need to dig deep. The affirmation: my thoughts take me to places of wonder. Through hope, over doubt, into fear, and past blunder. Great stories I weave, new paths I perceive. I follow my daydreams and unravel great mysteries. All these roads lead back to me. All these trails lead back to peace. So for this year, let's have reflection be a word that we keep in our minds for this year. Reflection. What can you reflect on? How can you see things through reflection? How can you grow through the reflection? Starseed cards. Break one of these out. Let's see what they say. You know, this whole journey that I've been on lately is just, it's been quite a journey. It's been learning truths. It's been learning about things that, you know, that we don't even know about. It's been learning about how our body has the capability to heal itself, how our mind is so to blame for the way that things turn out in our life. Like, we create things in our thinking patterns. We really do. And if you believe in manifesting, then this should also be something that you could easily believe in, because it's a big part of it. A very big part of it. Star Brothers. That was easy. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. You're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now, from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks. When it comes to receiving support, we've learned that we need to go at life. We learned that we need to go at life alone. Are you okay? What are you doing back here? You got hiccups or something? What's going on, Jers? You alright? Sorry. Where was I? Okay. We've learned that we need to go at life alone. That it's not safe to let our guard down and our heart open. That the world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs, and to learn to open your heart, especially when it most wants to harden. How can you open yourself up to receiving more support? I think with opening up to receiving more support, it's kind of a hard one, because you actually have to trust that there are beings there that want to help you. You actually have to trust that. And to trust that is very hard, because it's like something that you can't see, right? But you can feel it. You can feel it. And you have to trust that there's people that are out there to help. They're not allowed to help you unless you ask, because it all has to do with your free will. If you ask, they'll help, but you need to be ready, you need to be open, and you need to be able to pay attention to what are the signs that they are trying to help you. Like numbers and stuff like that. Look at numbers. Now they speak to us through that. I'll tell you, one time last week, or was it not last week, but like Christmas week, I had to run over Halifax for something, and I didn't want to go because I had the worst headache ever. I was really not feeling great. But I was like, okay, it's Clayton Park. It'll be 2 seconds. Zip, zip, zip. They were doing construction on Joseph Howe. So, or I think it was Joseph Howe, like the ramp anyway, to get to the new bridge. So I made it to Clayton Park, okay. But on the way home, it was so bad. It was so bad. I was so panicking because my gas was going low. I got stuck in traffic, and I was in 2 hours of traffic. 2 hours. 2 hours. I have a voice note on my phone that I left Andrew because I was so upset. My head was starting to hurt more because I was in that cluster of cars and it was driving me nuts. I tried to find my way to the old bridge, so I drove around and I got lost and I did a big circle. And I ended up back in the same traffic, but in the same traffic, but in a different position, going a different way. I was like, man, it was not good. And then, so my gas light starts blinking, and I'm like, I have a problem with one of my sensors, so my gas is going a little faster than normal. So my gas light starts blinking, and I'm stuck in this traffic still, and I start crying. I'm like, I don't even want to cry because I know it's gonna make my head hurt more. So I'm crying, and then, so I'm coming from Halifax going to the new bridge, and I get up on that ramp that takes you to like Lady Hammond Road and like the Robie Street connections and all that. So I get to that point, and I was like, I was in this lane, and there was cars in this lane that were going to Lady Hammond. I was going to the bridge. I was trying to veer over, but then I'm not kidding. This has really happened. This really, really happened. And if I could have recorded it, I would have. On my right hand side, I seen a car, and I seen the license plate said 111. And no joke, I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm following that car. I'm going with that car. So I put my blinker on and I turned. This was 2 hours, okay, in traffic. 2 hours. Seen that car, veered off, followed the car. It took me up, because I don't know Halifax that well. I don't drive over there that often, and when I do, I GPS my way if I don't know where I'm going. So I'm driving, and then I seen the car, like I said, the 111, and I was like, oh, and I scooted over, and I followed that car, and I went right up Lady Hammond Road, and I went smooth sailing the whole way to the to the old bridge. My gas light stopped blinking. Must have been the angle I was on or something, but all good things happened after I followed that car that said 111. You need to look for signs. You need to see them. You need to be pay attention to them, and you have to want to believe them when you see them. Believe that they're there to help you. Like that day with that traffic, I was a mess. Emily even called me and was like, Mom, can you get me a bagel? And I started to cry with her on the phone. I was like, oh, I can't talk about it right now. I'm stuck in the worst traffic. And like people were coming from, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. But when I saw the 111, I followed it, and it took me to Highway 111. And I live at the end of Highway 111. So anyway, it was super. So ask for help from your angels. They are there to help you all this year. Keep these two things in mind: reflection and asking for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you think you sound silly, who cares? Did you think you sounded silly when you were 6 asking for help? No. This is 6-year-old you, okay? Let your inner child live. Let yourself be curious as to, is there a way out to help there? Is there something out there that will help me? You know, be curious. Be trusting. And reflect on things. Like reflect. Take, I don't even know. I don't have no words to. You need to look back and see, like, if I tried this and it didn't work, then I should reflect on that and try something different, because the something different might work. Just different things. There's so many different things. Anyway, have the best year this year. Aim to be your best self. Not your better self, your best self, your true self, your authentic yourself. Who you really are. You can't speak properly. That's okay. Because you know what? I can't half the time, and I just find that my creative use of words is funny. So I make people laugh. And yeah. Anyway. Be yourself. Be your best self. Don't hide your flaws for anybody. Your flaws are what make you. They're what make you unique. And even though you might not like them, it's probably something that other people love about you. Have a super day. I'll see you again another day. Cheers. Happy New Year.